Hey guys, I want to first preface this video by saying that Credible Crypto is one of the chartists that I respect more than any other chartist out there. He's very good at what he does. I'm going to be making some counterpoints today, but none of that is based on him being wrong or bad as a chartist. It's just that he made a ton of solid points in his video. You need to watch it. However, I'm going to bring up counterpoints. So anything that he explained that I agree with, I'm not going to go into that, which there's a ton that I agree with. So my counterpoints are made not to discredit him, just some additional insight or different insight into what I feel the market is doing at this time. So what you're looking at here is a chart of from the top to the bottom where we are currently today. This is one that I published on TradingView. I will put the link to the TradingView post in the description of the video if you want to check it out. This is my overall count of Bitcoin from the top to the bottom. There's one count that I didn't see Credible mention, and that would be a WXY. One thing he did mention was having an X here, but I didn't really see an X here. So this would be an ABC, ABC, and then we'd be in an ABC here to finish Y. This is not my primary count. I just wanted to mention it because I did see him with that X over here, and that is a possibility, but I also believe that having the X here would be a possibility. So instead of an ABC, would be looking for, the C would imply a 5 count here. That's the only count. This right here with the X here is the only count that I see where we'd be looking for a possible 3 count rather than a 5 count. Everything else, I have to agree that we are in a 5 count here. That we're looking for some kind of 5 count impulse in this section. So I'm going to focus my video on this section today. I'm currently, on this chart, I'm in log. I'm going to switch out of log for the focus of the video. So this is, again, the same chart. As you see, it's a very steep move here and a very sideways move here. I feel like that's pretty important for the purposes of counting this wave. Being so sideways and getting flatter and flatter as we come down is going to be pretty important. It looks a little steeper when you're looking in the log view, but the fact is we really are starting to level out, and this could even be like the beginning of a cup and handle type move. This could be the left side of the cup. That's kind of how bottoms are formed. I agree with him, we have more down to go, and I'm going to cover the bearish count in this video, but we both have to agree that there's a bullish count to be considered. So let's just go ahead and zoom in on this move here, and I'm going to show you where I differ from him. When I look over here on the left, I see a very, very clear 3-wave or 5-wave impulse right in here. To me, this is a perfect Elliott wave. If we're discussing Elliott wave, you guys know that every wave is going to be made up of subwaves. And to me, when I look at this, I see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can measure it out. When you're measuring the wave, you take the top of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 1 to the top of wave 2. And you would expect to see this wave 3. We'd love to see it hit the 1618 extension. Often it'll hit the 1272. And when we take that same section and measure this out, we see that the wave 3 came just short of the 1272. And the wave 5 was a near perfect one-to-one extension of the wave 1. That is so common to have the wave 1 and wave 5 be the same length. I don't know exactly what credible subwave count is in here. I'm going to pull this off for just a second. What I do know is that he has been calling for an extended first wave like this. Something like this. Where 3 extended through here. You often see a first wave extension in an ultra bearish market or ultra bullish market. And here, an extended first wave, when I just showed you how much we're flattening out, how much we're going sideways compared to our previous move, just doesn't make any sense to me. To me, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This makes up our first wave right here. It's a pretty short wave 2. I completely agree with Credible on that. However, it doesn't disqualify the count at all. If we measure this, it's just over a 236 retracement. So that's a pretty shallow wave 2. When we have a short or shallow wave 2, it is clearly defined. It's an ABC. But it's short and it's shallow. Short in terms of time span, and it's shallow in terms of price retracement. It typically means that we're going to have an extended wave 4. So this has been a very complicated extension, very complicated corrective phase. My primary count says that we may not even be in wave 4, but based on the size of this wave, it is very possible. So if we take that extension, we now have what I'm calling wave 1 and wave 2 right here. We can take that extension from the top of wave 1 to the bottom of wave 1 to the top of wave 2. As I mentioned previously, I would love to see that wave 3 come to the 1618 to 175 pocket right in here. Put a box here for that. This would be my wave 3 primary target. It extended past the 272, so we can definitely consider that it may have ended right here at this point. And I can even find a subwave count where that is possible. So you can take a look at that subwave count going like this. This would be wave 1. This would be wave 2. This would be wave 3, 4, and 5. Let's take that down a degree, a couple degrees actually. And I'll make it pink. Bring this one down a little. So does this meet the criteria for an Elliott wave? Wave 3 just surpasses the 1-to-1 extension of wave 1. And then wave 5 comes to a 1272. It's a 618 extension of wave 1. Is that possible? Absolutely it is. It also solves an issue that Credible mentioned. He mentioned he doesn't like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because of the extension off of this 1, 2. So if we take the extension off the 1, 2, we can see, let's take that off real quick. We can see that this could actually be a 1, 2, 3, right to the 2, 6, 1, 8, which is an extended third wave. After a third wave extension, we're going to expect a very shallow fourth wave. And 5 would be right here. So that is a possibility for sure. Which would mean that my wave 3 is complete right here. Based on this, I strongly see an argument for this count in putting us in this wave 4 right here, which is an ABC. I would call it an expanded flat. If you go to the Bitstamp chart, this is a new low, which indicates an expanded flat. If we look at the extension, from A to the bottom of B, we got a perfect 1618 pocket, which is common in expanded flats. So I think there's an argument to be made very strongly for this count. I could make a similar argument that says that we are in a subwave. I'm not going to set any targets for 5. But we could be seeing a wave 4 like this right now. This would still be my bottom. And so this was the count that you saw Credible put in here. Also highly possible, but as he mentioned, it's got some really weird extensions. I mean, we're probably looking at a 4.618 extension. Yeah, we got just past the 4.618 extension. So is that possible? Yes, it is. But actually, as I'm recording this video, I'm kind of revert back to my previous thought and what I posted on TradingView, that this is a 3, 4, 5, and wave 3 is complete. But personally, I strongly believe that this would be the next count, that our next major move would be down, not up. The bullish count to me, because of the Bitstamp chart where this made a new low, the bullish count means that this would have to be a 4 and a 5, which definitely doesn't make sense to me. I guess maybe if we're doing that, then our 3, 4, 5 would be here. And then we would have subwaves here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see, Elliott waves is pretty subjective. It's a matter of finding what the highest probability is. I continue to push that the highest probability is going to be this count, or even the count I previously showed where we're in a subwave 4 of 5. Sorry, excuse me. It's subwave 4 of 3. If you look at the extension on this wave here, you've got the 1 to 1, and wave 5 comes to the 1 2 7 2. To me, this is a very solid count. Reinforced again with the extensions here as well. Wave 3 comes almost, it comes just past the 1 2 7 2 here. And then we'd be looking for a 1 6 1 8 on our target for the end of the wave 5. To me, this is absolutely beautiful and perfect as an Elliott count. If you also take the extension of wave 1, we can get, it goes kind of low. It gets kind of lower than what I'd be interested in. Do I believe that we could get that low? Yeah, I do. But I don't believe it would be on our next wave down. So that's really it for me. I just want to talk about the option of discount here. Let me go ahead and put these in here for you. Credible's video was longer than mine, with a lot more of both long-term and micro-term, where he focused on this wave here. He and I have a lot of agreement on this specific wave, so I'm not going to cover any of that. I highly recommend you check his video out. We both have this wave as like an ABC like this, with the possibility of this being sorry, missed the clip there. Possibility of this being a 1 2 3 4 5, and we're putting in an ABC. But this is not my primary at all. I just find that we should always have a bullish count, first of all. And this does make some sense as a bullish count. And we'd be looking for around the 0.5 retracement if this were going to happen. So there's a lot of reasons, a lot of arguments to be made that we should be shorting right now. We shouldn't be in long positions. The best short I could see would be one where I make money moving from this point to this point. I would love to catch that whole short. Is it going to happen? I don't know for sure. We definitely have some resistance levels to get through for that to happen. But this is what I'm looking for as far as my primary account goes. If you have any questions, hope you'll join us in our Telegram group. I'll link that in the comment section as well. Completely free Telegram group. You can come ask me questions there, comment it on the video, or hit me up on Twitter. Alright guys, we'll talk to you soon.